You know that old phrase, patience is a virtue? Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either. But seriously though, while it is important to be patient with your business growth, let's talk about how you can expedite it and make your small business grow faster. I want to tell you the 2 secrets to growing your business on autopilot, meaning that you can actually make money while you're sleeping. We're also going to go over the biggest content mistake that small businesses make, and this is a big deal to pay attention to. And then this is what I'm most proud of. I'm going to save you a ton of time, hassle, and money by telling you the one piece of knowledge that could make or break your business. No pressure or anything. Let's get into it. Here's the 2 secrets to growing your business on autopilot. There's 2 things that you need. The first one is a content machine. This is your evergreen lead generation strategy. I don't care what business you're in, you need lead generation, you need leads, and if you can generate them on autopilot, you will have a perpetually filled pipeline. So this can include your YouTube videos or everything that you publish online that's bringing this audience in, warming them up, and nurturing them towards potentially becoming a customer. And this is where the second piece is, which is called your cash flow system. So you have your content machine and your cash flow systems. So this is a monetization system in the form of front end to high ticket sales with all the offers, launches, and resources that make your cash flow dreams come true. So this can be your challenges, live launches, and virtual events. Now, I want to give you a heads up that some entrepreneurs can be really good at one and not the other. You might see some YouTubers with really big audiences and think like they've got it made, but the truth is, there's a stat from Fast Company that says 96% of YouTubers aren't even making enough to cross the poverty line. And the reason why this is so surprising is you'd think that if they have an audience, they should be making good money, but you can be making great content and not know how to monetize. This is where the cash flow systems come into place. But there can also be entrepreneurs that have offers and things that they can sell, but don't have the audience, the leads to be able to sell them into. So that's what I want to teach you about having both in place for your business, the content machine and the cash flow systems. Now I'm curious, between your online content and your offers, which do you think needs a little bit more attention right now? Do you need to work on your online marketing or your offer building? Let me know in the comments below. Now it's important to build your content machine to become an evergreen lead generation machine, but the biggest content mistake that small businesses make is spreading themselves too thin and trying to be everywhere at once. You don't need to be everywhere. You only need to be where your audience is. So find out where they're hanging out. Maybe photographers or chefs. Maybe they're hanging out on Instagram. Maybe writers are on Twitter. Maybe the fitness inspiration people are on Pinterest or also on Instagram. So think about that, where your audience is. And if you don't know, test it out. Be looking at different platforms and try things out and see where you're getting the most response. Before we get into the one piece of knowledge that could make or break your business, have you subscribed to this channel yet? If you want more content strategy and business acceleration tips delivered to you 5 times a week, make sure you hit that red subscribe button to be notified every time I upload a new video. Now here's the one piece of knowledge that could make or break your business, and it's not knowing your customer. You need to define your customer avatar so that you know how to serve them. What kind of messaging do you need to speak to them? What kind of solutions do they need? And I'll tell you that for one, I was the first person to hear customer avatar exercise and roll my eyes. I hated doing them. I thought that they were so silly to answer. What kind of magazines do they read? What are their pet peeves? What do they eat for breakfast? But when you know who your customer is, you'll know the exact language to use for what the product is that they need, and what they don't need. So even asking yourself, what are their morning routines? What are their daily annoyances? The more you know, the more you can pinpoint your audience with your services, and that's what's gonna help you to sell high ticket. I can tell you for myself that anytime that I've bought something, I've bought it from someone or something that I knew my problem inside and out. I've seen Facebook ads that even the first time I saw them, I was like, that's my exact problem. It's like they're in my head. Or, one of my mentors, Alex Sharfin, I listened to his podcast, which I would highly recommend, the Momentum podcast, and every single episode, I felt like he knows my exact problem. It's like he's walked in my shoes. And of course we want to buy from those people because if they've walked in our shoes, they know the solution that they need. It's like their before story is our current reality, and their current reality is what we want our after picture to be. So think about that for yourself and your audience. What's their before and after picture? And often your before and after picture were the same, which is what makes you the trusted, attractive character for them to follow. This is what's also going to help you to sell high ticket price points. People are willing to invest financially after they've invested emotionally. Now, how do they invest emotionally if they don't feel that connection? How can you learn your audience inside and out so that they feel like you, out of any competitor out there, know them the best? That's who wins. It's the person who can speak their language and know them the deepest. When I first started my business, one of the things that helped me to grow the fastest was by creating my YouTube channel, aka what I just explained to you is the content machine. But again, I didn't want to be like the YouTubers who might have big audiences but not be able to monetize them, so I knew that it had to go hand in hand with the cash flow systems. But starting with the content machine, I needed to attract an audience based on what they were actually looking for. And YouTube being a search engine means that people are Googling or searching on Google or YouTube to find a solution that they need. They're already problem aware, they're looking for a solution. Now, how can I make videos based on problems that I know my audience has? Well, I need to know the questions that they're asking. So I actually have and would recommend for you to have maybe a Google spreadsheet or a notebook or something where you keep track of what are the frequently asked questions that you get, or what are the questions that you were asking during your before picture kind of phase that you wish there was a mentor or someone to answer those questions for you with the knowledge that you have now. The other thing you can do is even do some keyword research, and you can very simply do this by just going to the search bar. Have you ever gone to the search bar and you start typing in a sentence and it tries to finish your sentence? It like auto-populates to finish what it thinks you might be starting to write. So let's say if you started writing in how to train your dog, and then it pops down with all these other suggestions. How to train your dog to sit, how to train your dog to walk, how to train your dog to speak. Those are all auto-populated based on what people are actually searching for. So if that were your niche, you could be making content about all of those things. You could also be communicating with your audience, whether it's in the comments or in the Facebook group or just face-to-face of what do they actually want to know. And you could just be having conversations with people to hear the language that they're speaking that you can then speak back to them. And this is also a really important technique because the words that they're using are the words that you should be using in your sales page copy, in your videos, in your descriptions. Because if you can use the exact same language, they'll feel like they know me. They know exactly what I want. So if your client is saying to you, I want to generate leads, I want to skyrocket my business, I want to overcome my competitors, use those exact words. Don't try to find synonyms that make it sound more fancy or fluffed up or anything. Use the exact words they're using in their exact language. My whole goal for you is to help you to grow your business with the fastest path to cash and scale that to high ticket. So I want to share with you my step-by-step process of building 3 unique offers in your business that will pave the way for infinite cash flow and help you to effortlessly ascend your audience from hello to high ticket. So if you're ready to jump on the fastest path to cash, I'd love to invite you to my next free private training where I break it all down for you and actually show you our done for you systems that you can implement in your business. You can do that right now by going to hellotohighticket.com, or I've linked it in the description. I'll see you there.